Like, I don't know, getting ready to go out to eat and then something happens and you're not able to go. It's like, here I am. I'm dressed up in my prettiest stuff. I've got my smell good on. I have a good appetite, ready to go. And then boom, something happens. So this is completely a spontaneous time here from today's sports report on UGA Football News on Facebook and Instagram. We actually set up our studio to record a program tonight, and but our guest was unable to fulfill the promise of being on the program, and of course we understand it. Circumstances beyond his control, and so here I am. I took a really good bath and washed up really nice, put on my best garb, and then our guy, bless his heart, he couldn't show up, and he gave us the reason why, and it's understandable. So our producer says, "Look, well, we haven't advertised that we're going to go on at 7 o'clock. So, I have some stuff here you can talk about. Let me throw it at you, and we'll just go on at 7 o'clock. Just as cold as can be." So, no advanced warning whatsoever. But hey, UGA fans are always ready to celebrate and have a good time. So, if you're watching Wheel of Fortune, or is it time for Jeopardy? It's Wheel of Fortune time where I am. If you're watching Wheel of Fortune, and I need to go on Wheel of Fortune, don't you think? Don't you think I'd do good on Wheel of Fortune? Um, if you're watching Wheel of Fortune and you're playing around with your phone, and all of a sudden here's this guy, and he's on, and he's talking about UGA stuff. Well, here we are. We just thought we'd jump in here because we had a guest. We had a guest, and man, we were going to have a good show. I had all these insightful questions to ask our guest, and then he's unable to be on. But that's all right. We're not angry one iota. So we'll have him on when the time is right, and that'll be good. So we have some folks already jumping in here. You know, we're still celebrating. We are the national champions. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are the national champions of college football. Does that ever get old? Is it ever old saying that? I don't think so. If you'd like to chime in here with a question, we do have some things. Our producer, he kind of scrummaged around a little bit and picked up some things. By the way, Kirby Smart was in our area today. So, Southwest Georgia is a hotbed for high school football. And Kirby Smart was in our area today. He came to Lee County, Georgia, Dougherty County, Georgia. He was over in Moultrie, Colquitt County, and I don't know where else that he went in Southwest Georgia in that helicopter, which is pretty impressive. I mean, you got to admit, if you're a high school kid and you're a pretty good football player, and the head coach of the national championship team arrives at your campus in a helicopter and he wants to talk to you, man, I'm telling you, that's some heady stuff. So it's pretty impressive when you see that helicopter come floating in. Of course, also today, I guess it's, traditional recruiting day is February the 2nd. And of course, it's not just about this recruiting cycle or season. They're looking at players in future seasons. But also, Nick Saban was in Georgia today. He was in North Georgia, I believe, at one of the high schools in North Georgia. Um, and we had some other SEC coaches and I guess it's, that time to kind of go around and see the guys at high school, whatever. I'll be celebrating all year long. Yes, sir. Me too. Me as well. Celebration, celebration. Yes, ma'am. I understand. So let me. We got some news for you. Speaking of recruiting, there you go. And you must never put your finger in your mouth when you're on television or whatever. But I just did it, and I apologize. Archie Manning, or it's not Archie, it's Arch. Arch Manning is the number one football recruit of the 2023 season. He has an offer from almost every college in America. Of course, Arch is the, let's see, Arch is the son of, hang on, Cooper Manning. He's the grandson of Archie Manning. He's the nephew of Eli and Peyton Manning. Pretty good pedigree there, don't you think? Number one recruit, number one high school recruit for 2023, the 2023 cycle. He's a quarterback down in Nowlands. Um, Number one recruit for the 2023 class. He's a five-star quarterback. He's a quarterback, and he also plays basketball for the basketball team at his high school. That's kind of cool. And he plays basketball. Anyway, Archie, I got you. Yes, sir, Beck. And yes, I know. I get I get it, brother. We are happy. Arch Manning, number one recruit, 2023 class. As of right now, Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Clemson, and Ole Miss are the favorites to land him as a recruit in the 2023 cycle. Also, Ohio State, Florida, and Oklahoma are beginning to increase their efforts to sign Arch Manning. Plays basketball and football and basketball. So Kirby Smart, Buster Faulkner, which is a staff member at UGA, Todd Monken and Matt Luke were at the basketball game at Isidore Newman High School. This was yesterday, I believe, to watch Arch Manning play basketball. He's getting all kind of visits. My word, all this week he's getting all kinds of visits. So Arch Manning and Georgia, according to those who know, Georgia is in his finalist to sign with the University of Georgia in 2023. By the way, he's the son of Cooper Manning, as we said. And Cooper, I don't know if he brought if he played football or not. He's not one of the more Manning guys that is like famous for playing football, but he is a funny guy. I don't know if you've seen some of his stuff that he does. He makes a lot of fun of Eli and Peyton. He's a funny guy, but his son is the number one high school recruit in America. So, and George is in there, and Kirby showed up at the basketball game. And I don't know who won the game, but nobody really cared for those who went to the University of Georgia. Let's try to get in here and get some of our questions. What do you think this championship win will bring for new recruits? I certainly, you win a national championship, it opens the door, it sets the standard for recruiting. Alabama is a testament to that. All the national championships Alabama has won, and then there you go. You get attention from all these top notch recruits. And when Nick Saban walks in the room, I hate to say it, everybody stops. He's Nick Saban. He's the coach at Alabama. He does the Aflac commercials. He talks to a goose. Is that a goose or a duck? Anyway, and Deion Sanders is on the commercials with him. So, winning the national championship is certainly, an attention getter. Kids want to go where they can win. Yes, it does open doors for recruiting. Of course, Kirby Smart is a relentless recruiter anyway. So, oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. The traditional signing day is February 2nd. And some of our recruits are already on campus. We'll go over those in just a moment. So everybody wants to know, okay, we hear all of this about this one's going to the NFL draft and this one's going into the portal. And so everybody wants to know, well, what's going on? Who's coming? Who's going? Who's staying? Who's whatever. So here's the latest on that. Transfer portal update. Okay. This is as of today, I guess. Yeah, is this today? Okay, this is today. JT Daniels has entered the NCAA transfer portal. We all, you've heard about that. Um, so JT is in the portal. Several, universities are kind of interested in JT. Jermaine Burton. Now this one hurt. Will Stetson Bennett be playing? Yes, he will. He has decided to come back. Stetson he is coming back for another year. He's a super senior. Stetson's 24 years old. He's older than most of the guys on the team. He's like, he's an older guy. 24. I got socks that are 24 years old, but anyway. I don't wear them, but I got them. JT Daniels entered the NCAA transfer portal yesterday. Jermaine Burton, that one hurt. Man, what's going on with that? We'll talk about a possible destination for Jermaine Burton, but that one hurt. Latavius Brini is in the transfer portal. Jalen Kimber has entered he's a defensive back. He's in the portal. Georgia wide receiver Justin Robinson has requested to enter into the portal. Wide receiver Jalen Johnson is in the portal, and I think he's already gone to East Carolina, if I remember correctly. And Amir Speed has entered the portal, and he is going to Michigan State. So there you go. Those are the guys who are in the portal. They say, well, we want to play somewhere else. Basically, college football free agency is what it is. And if you don't like the competition where you are, or you want to go somewhere else, or you don't like what's happening here, you can go into the portal, go to another team and play immediately. So Jermaine Burton, see, that one hurts. I wish he'd have called me. George Pickens is declared for the NFL draft. Nolan Smith is staying. There you go. Big Nolan is staying in Athens. Lewis Cine has declared for the NFL draft. Nakobe Dean declared for the NFL draft. Tyke Smith, our defensive back, he's coming back to Athens. Good deal. Travion Walker, he's headed to the NFL draft. John Fitzpatrick declared for the draft. James Cook, Zamir White, Quay Walker, all of them are in the NFL draft. Darian Kendrick is declared for the draft. Christopher Smith returning to Georgia. There you go. Stetson Bennett coming back to Georgia. William Poole, Robert Beal Jr. coming back to Georgia. Channing Tindall in the draft. Justin Schaefer in the draft. Saylor and Camarda and Wyatt. They're all in the draft. So let me try to catch up here. Yes, Stetson Bennett will be back. We're getting some questions. Well, there you go, Miss Mary from the Philippines. There you go. Yes, that's our dear sweet lady who loves our program. She lives in the Philippines, and stay safe over there. And she loves the Bulldogs. So there you go. And it's like what 8:30 in the morning in the Philippines. Yeah, Sony Michelle. Oh boy, I'm telling you. Let's see what we got here. Pickens has said he's leaving. Yeah, I know it. I don't want him to go. Okay, here we do have some early enrollees. Okay, these are guys who have already. These are new recruits that are already on campus and participating in team stuff. Malik Starks, Dalen Everett, Ernest Green, Michael Williams. Got some news about him in a minute. Denylin Morissette, Chandler Smith, Oscar Delp, Gunnar Stockton, Jalen Walker, C.J. Washington, C.J. Madden, Alu Bai, Sean Washington, Jacob Hood, Ja'Cory Thomas, Griffin Scroggs, Brett Thorson. He's our Australian punter. Good day, mate. Okay. And Bear Alexander. He's our defensive tackle from Texas. What? No, I'm just having a good time. Because, this is spontaneous. We were supposed to have a guest. We were going to record the program, and then he didn't show up. So we got some stuff here. Bulldog true freshman tight end Brock Bowers has won the 4th annual Football Writers Association of America Freshman of the Year award. Congratulations to Brock Bowers. The accolades are still coming in for Brock. He also garnered the Sean Alexander Freshman of the Year award. He becomes the first Bulldog to garner the FWAA honor, as well as the first tight end ever to win the award. How about that? Second player from the Southeastern Conference to earn the accolade after Alabama's Will Anderson. He was the winner last year. Clemson's Trevor Lawrence and Memphis's Kenneth Gainwell also won the FWAA Freshman of the Year award since its inception in 2018. So here we go. Jermaine Burton. He entered into the portal. It may have something to do with our wide receiver coach, Cortez Hankton, moving on. I don't know. But Jermaine Burton is in the portal, and reports are coming out that he could wind up at Alabama. Oh, say it's not so, Jermaine. John Mechie, Jamison Williams, and Slade Bolton have all departed from Alabama. So Jermaine Burton may have an open opportunity. He's reportedly interested in Alabama, Texas A&M, and LSU. He's a junior. He could have had, isn't he a junior or a sophomore? Anyway, or he's a junior. Yeah. So he could have been big on the Georgia team next year. So let's see. I'm talking and trying to find my folks here. It said if Bama lost, he'd get a bulldog tattooed on his arm. Sure enough, he did. Well, there you go. I bet it's one of those removable kind, don't you? He got the tattoo of a bulldog if Georgia won. I bet he can wash that thing off in a minute, don't you? Yeah, I'm with you, Johnny. We're going to keep fighting. Let's see. What other stuff? Sorry for, my producer threw all this stuff happening here. Pickens did declare Zamir White. Man, I don't want Zamir to go. James Cook. I know. It's time to go. Make a little money. Let's see. What other? Okay. So people want to know about the quarterback situation at the University of Georgia. By the way, there have been some snarky comments about Stetson Bennett coming back as the quarterback for the University of Georgia. No, don't do it. I mean, he won the national championship, and he was one of the top-rated quarterbacks in the country in many categories. And he won the national championship. And so are we really going to be down on Stetson? But there are still a lot of people who do not believe in Stetson Bennett. So here's the quarterback room right now at the University of Georgia. Still looking for Caleb Williams, possible transfer from Oklahoma, but it seems to be more likely he's headed to USC to get back with his former coach. So, all right. So here we go. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. So Stetson Bennett. So here's the quarterback room right now at the University of Georgia. You got Stetson Bennett, Carson Beck, 4-star recruit out of Jacksonville, Florida, pro-style quarterback. He's a big guy, 6'4", 230. Pretty good passer. Not necessarily a runner, but he does pretty good. He does pretty good running. Brock Vandergriff, 2021 5-star recruit out of Bogart, Georgia. Vandergriff is a prototypical tall pro-style quarterback. Thinks pass first, but he will run when it dictates. And he's a big guy, and he can run. Very good at throwing the ball down the field while moving. And Gunnar Stockton. Well, here we go now. Gunnar Stockton is, Jordan Davis is a senior. So he didn't have to declare. He's gone. He's gone to the NFL draft. So you got Stetson Bennett, Carson Beck, Brock Vanderbilt, Brock Vandegrift, and Gunnar Stockton. Stockton is a five-star quarterback out of Tiger, Georgia. And there's a lot of buzz that he is going to be a competitor for the starting position at the University of Georgia. He's not a tall guy. He's built like Bennett, but he's got a thicker, more solid frame. Yeah, he can run, he can throw. He's an excellent quarterback. So there you go. That's your quarterback room at the University of Georgia. Bennett, Beck, Vandegrift, and Stockton with Daniels gone. That's who you have, and you may have Caleb Williams coming in, but it seems more and more likely he's headed to USC. Nothing confirmed out of that yet. So who's going to be the quarterback next year? If you're Kirby's guy, you're Kirby's guy, and Stetson Bennett is Kirby's guy. So you got to do really something spectacular if you're going to beat out Stetson Bennett to be the starting quarterback next year. Some more awards for some players associated with the University of Georgia. On Thursday, Michael Williams. He's one of our recruits. Was named the Maxwell Football Club Defensive National High School Player of the Year. Presented by Adidas. In 10 games as a senior, Williams made 81 tackles, 20 and a half tackles for a loss, 12 and a half sacks, 11 quarterback hurries, 3 forced fumbles, 2 pass breakups, and a 26-yard touchdown catch for Hardaway High School out of Columbus. So there you go. He's 6'5", 260 pounds. And he also was named the All-American Bowl Alpha Dog after dominating in the All-American High School game. So Michael Williams, a recruit for the University of Georgia, named the National Defensive National High School Player of the Year. There you go. All right. So is that all? Yeah. Okay. Well, we thought we'd jump in here since we were sorely disappointed with the, okay, we got what? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Stetson Bennett will be fine as a quarterback. Yeah. There you go. Hey, Stetson, he was in the top categories in several, in the top of several categories as a college quarterback this year. I'm fully confident with Stetson Bennett, and he'll have another year to improve. And there you go. Who's going to be our wide receiver coach? That's a matter of some discussion. It could be Hines Ward. Don't know. We'll see. Is that all? That's what we're going to do. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Okay, guys. Sorry. We didn't give anybody any advanced thing. We were sorely disappointed that we were not able to record our program tonight. We had a good interview. By the way, go to todaysportsreport.com. Todaysportsreport.com. It's up there on that thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's on the banner above us. Todaysportsreport.com. And there, speaking of good interviews, I had the privilege and the opportunity to interview Champ Bailey. Now, if you're a University of Georgia fan, you know who Champ Bailey is. If there was, if there was a Mount Rushmore of Georgia players, you'd have Herschel Walker for sure, and you'd have Champ Bailey for sure up on the Mount Rushmore of University of Georgia players. Maybe Fran Tarkenton, Charlie Trippy, Pollock, David Pollock. I don't know. But Champ Bailey, here's what happened with Champ. We love Champ. Here's what happened with Champ. On the day that Georgia played in the national championship game and won, on that very day, Champ Bailey was announced. Champ Bailey was announced as an inductee into the College Football Hall of Fame. So what a day that was for Champ Bailey. He's a good friend of our program. In fact, we were excited to announce that Champ Bailey is now a partner with Today's Sports Report. and UGA Football News on Facebook and Instagram. Now, you might say, well, what does that mean? He's a partner. Well, you're going to see that he is a you're going to see that he's a partner in a a lot of ways, and a lot of good things are headed our way because he is a partner with us. And but if you want to see a good or hear a good interview, even though I did it myself, the good part of it was Champ Bailey. Go to todaysportsreport.com and listen to that interview with Champ Bailey. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. I'm tired. Going to go find me some soup or something. Hey, some vegetable soup and cornbread on a cold, cold, rainy night in South Georgia. Can I get a witness from somebody? That's pretty good stuff. All right, so we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us here in this kind of a spontaneous little thing here, and I hope you have a good night. And COVID stuff is still around. Y'all be careful. Please be careful, and watch out for yourself. All right. God bless you all. We'll be with you again soon here on today's Sports Report on UGA Football News on Facebook and Instagram.